If you park illegally, you may expect to be towed, but what if you follow the towing rules?
Yeah, Provo man's car was seized in Vineyard, but he doesn't think it should have been. And when the tow company demanded that he pay up to get his car back anyway, he decided it was time to get Gephardt.
Mike Dini, our investigation found this all comes down to inconsistent signs. Some say you're perfectly safe to park, others say you are not. So can you really be towed for that?
I don't know where my car is.
James Oborn followed the posted rules when he parked on the street outside his girlfriend's house last March. James does not have a permit, which the sign says means he needs to be off the street by 1 a.m. So James was watching the clock like a hawk.
And it's 12:45. Go outside. My car's gone.
Gone. Towed. But take a look at that timestamp. It shows his car got hooked at 12:34. That's 26 minutes early.
I just think it was wrongful tow.
James says he fought back, pointing out to the tow company that he was following the posted rules, but they did not budge. If he wanted his car back, he needed to fork over $300.
It's pretty devastating, honestly.
Devastating and confusing, because James says he was told that he should not have been parked there at all, and that the signs are clear. Well, does this seem clear to you? The sign says authorized permit parking only, 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., but walk around this pole 180 degrees. It doesn't give any time at all. It just says you got to have a permit to park here.
I don't know which one applies to where.
One pole, two different messages. Out $300 for a crime he does not believe he committed. James decided it was time to call me.
I didn't know where else to go, and I just wanted to contact you to see what you could do.
The KSL investigators began by reaching out to Vineyard City, which sent us this map. It turns out that pole sits right at the corner between two different property owners. This section belongs to the city. This section belongs to the Springs community. When James read the sign that said parking was okay before 1 a.m., it was talking about this area, and James was parked over here. Confusing to be sure, which may make it against state law. You see, when it comes to towing, the law is long and quite detailed and specifically says if you're going to have somebody towed off your property, you got to have proper signage with clear instructions for parking at the property. It is a rule enforced by the Utah Department of Transportation.
Signs have to be clear and they have to be consistent.
So I took all of this to UDOT spokesperson John Gleason. He says they agree with James. His was an unrighteous tow.
In this case, if you're seeing one message that says that it's illegal to park from this time to this time, the other sign would have to be the same. You can't assume that somebody's going to walk around on the other side of a pole and read both signs.
Gleason says if James files a complaint, they will investigate and can help him get his money back, as they do for others. In fact, public records show that so far this year, 458 Utahns have complained about bad tows, and in 70 of those cases, UDOT has agreed and intervened.
I'm going to college. I don't have a ton of money, and then it sets me back $300. That's quite substantial, to me at least.
For James, though, complaining to UDOT will not be necessary. The KSL investigators reached out to the property manager of the Springs at Water's Edge neighborhood. He responded, quote, "We see how this would be confusing for the tow company to install signs for two different clients on the same post." And they cut James this check, reimbursing him for the tow that never should have happened.
What about the next person who parks there? Well, they should not have an issue. The neighborhood manager told me they are changing their parking rules to match the city's rules. So going forward, no one should get towed before 1 a.m. Guys.
And it's frustrating, though. I mean, it's great work there, Matt. It's frustrating the hoops that you'd have to jump through just to get that $300 back, right?
Indeed, yep.
So.